Jesus said, "No one knows the Father except the Son, and to those who he chooses to reveal him." What what did Jesus mean? Was he telling us that he was the only one that knows the Father? Or was he implying something else? Today's message, we're going to uncover why revelation only comes through Christ and how the kingdom is only available and accessible to those who seek it and wholeheartedly depend on it. Today's message, we're coming from Matthew chapter 11, verse 27. This is what it reads. All things have been committed to me by my Father. No one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and those to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. In order to truly understand what's going on, we have to go line by line. We have to get into the culture. We have to ingrain ourselves into the speaker's voice, into the speaker's time, and to the audience of the time. And how do we do that? We stay true to the message in its proper context. Who said it? Who's listening? Where they're saying it at? And what type of day are they going to do it in? The who, the what, the when, the where, the how. So the very first thing we're going to discuss is that all things have been committed to me by my Father. You see, at this moment, Jesus made a bold declaration, something that'll cause ripples. It will cause a ripple effect and a butterfly effect throughout all of the nations. Because this word that Jesus spoke not only stays there, but the word is being released into the atmosphere. Therefore, when the word is released into the atmosphere, the word is going to do what the word does. When you release the word with faith and only say what the Father says, the word will go forth and accomplish everything and prosper in everything that it was sent to do. So what Jesus was saying, Jesus was making a bold declaration, not for only for himself, but how it's going to relate to you in the not so distant future in this time. It's true for us today now, but in this time, in the proper context, in Jesus's physical ministry on the earth. So he began it with a bold declaration saying that he's the Son and he only knows the Father and the Father only knows him. But also it's only sprinkle in the people who he chooses to reveal himself to. Now the phrase all things, panta, I know I'm probably butchering the name, but panta, Panta, refers to complete sovereignty, authority over creation, judgment, salvation, and the kingdom itself. So when Jesus said, all things have been committed to me by my Father, he was saying that Jesus has complete sovereignty, authority, judgment, salvation, and the kingdom itself. God has said, okay, you know what? Here, Jesus, you brought this on your shoulders. Now I need you to exercise it while you're there. Because you're calling me Father and I'm calling you Son, but you're there to make sons out of the people again. The Father has entrusted everything to the Son. Don't miss that. The Father has entrusted everything to the Son. That means the Father has given everything to the Son. Because the Son is fully capable. Yeah, the Son is fully capable to rule like God in the earth. If it wasn't so, God wouldn't have given him all of the sovereignty. But we have to ask ourselves, why is the Father giving Jesus the Son all things? Why is he giving him complete sovereignty, complete authority, complete judgment and salvation over the kingdom itself? Knowing that he's going to be crucified, buried, and raised in the physical form to go back to him. So is this just a temporary measure? Or is the Father and the Son setting the stage for something far more greater than what the people during this time would have grasped? Even the disciples, they couldn't understand it in this entirety because it was just so great. It was so marvelous. It was so exceedingly and abundantly beyond their mental capacity. And guess what? It's still like that today, unfortunately. So the Father has entrusted everything to the Son, emphasizing, watch this, he has entrusted everything, given everything to the Son, which puts an emphasis on their will and mission unification. The will of the Son is the will of the Father. The mission of the Son is the mission of the Father. The will of you is supposed to be the will of the Father. The mission of you is supposed to be the mission of the Father. I hope you caught that. The kingdom is not a shared project between rivals or adversaries, but a divine trust. God is saying, I created you to be gods in the earth. And God is saying, I trust you because I know what you have the potential to be. If you just yield to the Father and you accept the will of the Father and the mission of the Father and the authority of the Father, he will go forth and make you kings in the earth, queens in the earth. God is saying, I have so much faith. I know without a shadow of a doubt that the people that's going to receive what Jesus is going to bestow upon them, I don't have any doubts in my mind that they will be able to do it because that's why I created them. The Father said, I created them in our image and in our likeness so that they can rule and have dominion and subdue and expand and be fruitful and expand and be fruitful and expand and to dominate and to subdue over and over and over again. Now, having known that and having said that, Jesus said all things, which is complete sovereignty over the earth, complete authority over creation in the earth, judgment in the earth, salvation in the kingdom itself. Do you see what's happening? Do you see what the Father has given the Son so that the Son can give to his children? Don't miss it. He has put it into the hands of the Son. Everything the Father owns, he has put into the hands of the Son. To submit to Christ is to come under the full authority of heaven and earth, so the Father could also put it in your hands. Watch this. Watch this. I know this is going to ruffle some feathers. I know this is going to challenge your theology. I know this statement that I'm going to make is going to make you swipe away, depending on which social media platform you're on, streaming platform you're on. Everything that the Father has, we have. I know. I know it's hard to wrap your mind around it. I want to say this again. Everything that the Father has, we have. How can you say that with so much confidence? Well, I know God created us to be spiritual beings first. I know God created us to be like him first. I know God has taken up residency inside of us. And I know wherever God is, his territory is. And wherever his territory and God is, the resources are. So everything that God has, God is living inside of you. So everything that God has, because he's living inside of you, you have access to the same thing. To submit to Christ is to come under the full authority of heaven and the earth, so the Father could also put it in your hands. No one knows the Son except the Father. Here, Jesus points to the mystery of his identity. It's a mystery to some. I like to look at it as the parables. The parables are revealed and concealed. I want to say that again. The parables are revealed and concealed. Jesus' identity is revealed and concealed. The people that it's revealed to are seeking for him and submit to him and follow him and listen to him and study him and emulate him. But it's revealed to the people who has it all figured out, who don't believe in him, don't seek in him, don't yield to him, none of the above. So it's there. The truth is right in front of their eyes. Jesus is right in front of their eyes, but their arrogance and their ignorance and their um, education is blinding them from seeing the truth. We know what the truth is. The truth shall set you free, right? I'm sorry, the truth shall make you free. The truth shall make you free. It doesn't have to set you free, because if you just walk in the truth, you will be made free. You will be made free. Knowledge of the Son is not superficial or cultural. It's not a cultural thing. It's not a traditional thing. It's not a religion thing. It's not none of those things. It's an intimate and divine experience. An intimate and divine experience. Only the Father who truly knows the Son in his fullness. But the Son knows the Father also in his fullness. I'm not going to go there. This is true about me, true about you, true about your church, true about my church, true about your family, true about my family. We have the ability, because of what Jesus did, to have an intimate relationship, a divine relational experience with the Father. And then the Father would know you and you the Father. Because he did it to Jesus, he's going to do it to you. The Father knows who you are. The Father knows who you are, contrary to what you project. Why did I say that? The Father knows who you are, even though you may project something else. You may project holiness. You may project love. You may project peace, love, joy, sound mind. You may project the fruit, but the Father knows that it's just something rotten that you have spray painted. You may fool the people, but you can't fool the Father. The Father sees you. The Father sees you. I remember talking on the I won't say any names. I remember talking on the phone with someone a long, long time ago. And there was some conflict, some tension going on. And this, let's just say person A walked up to person B and said, I see you. I see you. What do they mean? Because person B was saying, I just can't quite figure you out. Person A said, because you never will, because I see you. I see you. This guards us against reducing Jesus to a teacher. See, we have to understand that knowledge of the Son is not cultural, it's an intimate and divine experience. And this is also, it's like a safeguard that's put in place because it guards us against reducing Jesus to just a teacher or a prophet or a miracle worker. I want to say that again. This put guardrails in place because it forces us to not see Jesus as just a teacher, as just a prophet, like some people ascribe him to be, or just a miracle worker, as some other people ascribe him to be. To honestly know him requires revelation from the Father. And no one knows the Father except the Son. Now, in ancient Jewish culture, the pursuit of God was the ultimate thing. Not only the pursuit of God, but on your journey in your pursuit, everything of God. It was considered the highest pursuit that a Jewish person um, could do. Man, we have fallen so far away from that. The pursuit of the Father, which is the pursuit of the Son. The pursuit of the Son is the pursuit of righteousness. The pursuit of righteousness is the pursuit of the kingdom. Seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness. Are you in pursuit? Are you doing the Father's will in your pursuit? Or are you waiting on the sidelines, waiting on someone to pursue on your behalf? Jesus said, I am working. I am always working because my Father too is always working. Selah. Yet Jesus plainly says, the Father cannot be known apart from the Son. He is exclusive. He is the exclusive revealer of God. So knowing God is the highest pursuit. So if we're pursuing God, we must be also in pursuit of Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Or you only pursuing God, the Father? Do you not believe in the Son? Do you not believe in the Spirit? Do you think, like I used to think a long time ago, that there were multiple ways to God? There was a short phase in my life. I used to say, well, God is so smart. He sets up all of these religions because he knew that the people would be divided and there are going to be multiple ways to get to him. Now, this before I actually read the Bible, right? Because I just thought I knew what I was talking about. But man, I was so far away from the truth. The Father cannot be known apart from the Son. He is the exclusive revealer of the Father. Now watch this. Jesus is not a way to God. He is the only way. John 14:6. The kingdom is centered on Christ as the complete revelation of the Father. Now watch this. And those to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. Watch this. Revelation is a gift. Revelation is a gift. Revelation is a gift. Now, I'm going to say something, and you may not agree, but it's okay. It's okay. Give me someone who gets the revelation from a Bible verse versus someone who memorizes the Bible verses without receiving any revelation. We can get so caught up in memorizing the verse, seeing what it says, but never know what it's saying. We can get so caught up in memorizing all of the verses, quote the verses, and don't know what we're quoting. Just because you can memorize a verse don't mean you know what it's saying. And if you don't know what it's saying, you can just say the verses all you want. But if you don't know how to apply the verses that you memorize, we have an issue. I can remember talking to someone at one of my Bible studies, and they said they were just amazed at someone who's just memorized all the verses. Now, what I'm saying, I'm not saying don't memorize the verse. Memorizing verses is what we need to do. We need to ascribe to do that, right? But he was saying I was just so amazed at such and such quoting Bible verses, and I was like, don't be amazed at them just because they're quoting Bible verses. Are they getting the revelation from what it's saying? If that's true, yeah, that's cool. But oftentimes we quote Bible verses out of its context and we hear what it's not saying. Yes, yes, yes. So revelation is a gift. The Son reveals the Father to those who repent, who humble themselves, and come in humility and faith. This connects directly to the previous verse, verse 25. The wise and proud miss it, but the childlike receive it. Knowledge of God is not achieved through striving, but received through revelation. The Bible tells us that the Spirit searches the innermost parts of the Father. So if we receive the revelation from the Spirit, we know God is Spirit. We worship God in spirit and in truth. If God is Spirit, we are spiritual beings. And we have yielded our authority to the Father. And we receive the revelation from the innermost parts. That's a gift. Because once you start realizing that there's so much revelation waiting for you to tap into, and then when you start hearing it, you're going to say, oh my God, I hadn't even scratched the surface yet. That's how I feel. I hadn't even scratched the surface. I have a long way to go. But the Spirit, He says, yeah, you have a long way to go. But the more you seek me, the more you ask, the more you knock, the more revelation I'm going to pour on you. So it's not achieved through striving, but received through revelation. The Son opened our eyes to see the Father, and in that revelation, we discover our place in the kingdom. The kingdom has a spot with your name written on it, because in that spot is your purpose that the kingdom needs. In order to effectively and efficiently expand the kingdom, we must discover our place in the kingdom, go to that place in the kingdom, and do what God called you to do. So in that place, in that spot, in the kingdom has your name on it. And when you're into it, it's almost like we're powering up again. Every time someone hits their spot in the kingdom and starts operating according to the Father's will on your life, start operating in your purpose so that everyone in the body can be a beneficiary of your gift. Man, that's such a powerful moment. I would love for everyone to enter into the kingdom, man or woman, their positions, and start operating in the capacity that God created you to operate. Because a fully functional body is a non-stopping body. A fully functioning body, fully calibrated body, and right standing body, a body with no division, interconnected with one another, irregardless of what everyone else's purpose is. That body, a well-functioning body, is a properly aligned body, going where the head to the body is going. So the wisdom today, I'm going to end it with this. Matthew chapter 11, verse 27 points to the exclusivity and the intimacy of Christ's role. To know God is not about religion, rituals, or even intellect. It's about relationship through revelation. Everything begins with Jesus. He is the author and the finisher of our faith. He holds all authority, knows the Father, and reveals the Father to us. For you and I today, for the disciples today, up and coming disciples, the question is simple. Are we seeking knowledge about God or revelation from the Son? Only revelation produces transformation. Revelation produces transformation. Are you trying to study God and know all there is about God? Or are you receiving the revelation from God to know about God? I love you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Until next time. Peace.